Hi everyone, welcome to my vlog. So I would like to share a great time I had with my partner and my students. So we went to a lovely cafe called Maw Yon last weekend, and it was beautiful. And so yeah, I want to talk about that. So we went there. No. Initially, I had this idea is to take my students to British Council because they are studying IGCSE, and I thought it would be great to get them register and get a membership so that they can attend some webinars there and also borrow some books and expand their network, make some friends who are likely to go to the UK or somewhere overseas. So that was my idea, and so I started planning and organizing a trip to a British Council, and then we would spend some time at Maw Yon Cafe afterwards. So that was the original idea. But what happened was some of my students, they don't have an ID card to go inside the British Council. So, they started talking like, hey, teacher, I don't have this, I don't have an ID to go inside and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, cool. I could have done those who have ID cards can go in, and those who don't have just go to the cafe. Well, I mean, I don't really like to separate them. So then, yeah, we ended up going to Maw Yon Cafe, and I planned a trip to British Council later. So I decided to go to take them to Maw Yon Cafe. So we went there by taxis, and some students, their parents dropped them off at the cafe. So when I was there, students were already there, and they were just hanging out in front of the shop, and we took some pictures. Well, I was the camera guy. I wasn't in the photo because I was the one behind the camera, and I took them photos. I make them say cheese, and they were really lovely photo. I'll show you guys later. I love the photo. So the place is really leafy, and it's like lots of plants in front of the shop. And so after some photo times, we walk into the cafe, and right by the entrance, it's the I think that the cafe owner, he is an artist. He put down these newspapers, the old newspapers, and he cut them into heart shape and with a lovely message that says, "Give this to someone you love." And there are lots of heart shape newspaper pieces. And so we grabbed some, and students were like crazy. They went crazy. They was just like, "Oh my god, this is so cool!" And so yeah, they grabbed some, and then we walk. We walked to the tables, and so there were, I think, 11 of us, 10 or 11 of us, and so the server came in, sit there, and they were offering like, should we? They were offering like we should do two tables, and I was like, no, I want to sit together because we're doing some activities, and we're gonna have some conversations and do some how do I say trainings, kind of. I'll talk about that later. So they, yeah, we were seated around a table, and so we got some tap water first, and students were learning how to read the menu because the menu at the cafe, it doesn't have pictures, only the name of the items and the price. So they were a bit confused at the beginning, in my opinion. So there was a bit like trying to figure out what they want to order, and they have these lovely their own creations, like some teas and coffees are really nice. And so And then so yeah, we ordered some foods and drinks, and while we were waiting for the food, and some students walk around and explore the shop because the shop is really beautifully set up, and lots of artsy stuff. And there's a guitar in the middle of the cafe. It's really spacious, and also like the old trumpets were right by our table. And I think at the next table there was this old doll in the middle of the cafe, and also there's like one thing I noticed is the servers. They all wear Burmese traditional attires, like the men's and the ladies. They all wear this lovely Burmese attires, and you get the vibe that you are being served by the locals. I would say like that. I think that's the vibe they are trying to deliver. So anyway, so I was just looking around the shop, and so the students went around, and they went to the secret room. Well, I was just sitting at the table and relaxing and thinking, rehearsing how I would be teaching them some table manners, because it's really important for students to learn some cafe culture and table manners, because they will be going overseas and they will be socializing with people around the world. And so I don't want my students to be behind those students from other countries. And so I organize these kind of social activities so that they will learn some social skills and they will get some social intelligence, and also the cultural competencies. So yeah, so I was just like rehearsing what I want to teach them in this 2 hours of time. And so yeah, they went to the secret room, and then there was this some social games that they play. I don't even know how to describe that in English. You just basically on a flat table, you just put the dishes on the table, and then you just like hit them to push them down in the hole. Yeah, that's like one versus one player, two players game, and they were just like playing that game, and others were watching and hanging out, and then a few moments later, our dishes got they were delivered to our table, and so the kids came back to the table, and we had some great foods, and just like just general chit chat. And after a while, students, I was telling them about the culture. Oh, I also explained some students who also take business studies. I was explaining them, how to price the menu items, and I was explaining them the added values and the total cost, and how they could possibly make profits out of these items, and yeah, some lectures about business. Yeah, after that, some students, a few students, I think, yeah, they went back to play that social games, while some were at the table, and there were one student. She couldn't, use chopstick, so I was teaching her how to use chopstick, and it's she was just trying to eat, like pick things up by her hands, and so I told her like this is how we use chopstick in a proper manner. And another student, he didn't know how to use just basic table manner. Like you just don't use a napkin and then just like throw it on the table. You just like have to use it, and then you just have to fold it and then put it down nicely, because you're in a social environment. You're not alone. So yeah, I was just telling him, sharing some tips how to have a meal in public, and how to socialize while we have coffee with some people, when they socialize with people from different countries. And yeah, I think this is really important because you people will ask you like where you from, right? And we gotta say I'm from Myanmar, and then they will be like, oh cool, you're from Myanmar, and then you started behaving badly, and then people start gonna judge you, whether like consciously or unconsciously. They're gonna judge you like, oh, do people from Burma eat like that, or drink like that? So pretty much like I'll also talk about representations. So when you are overseas and when you're socializing with other people, pretty much like you are representing your country. It's the unspoken rule, I guess. So yeah, you will be representing the whole population, because in their perception, they would just think, oh, people from Burma are like this. So I don't want my student to be like that, being judged and being criticized for poor manners. And also, I got those tips and tricks from an extracurricular activity organized by Queensland University of Technology, and I pay like $65 for that. And it was just like I think full course meal, and pretty much we learned some table manners over some I think, yeah, from memory, if my memory serves me right, we had full course meals and learn some table manners, what to say and what to avoid. And if we're dealing with people from India, how we should behave. And if we're dealing with people from China, how we should behave. And if we're dealing with people from Western cultures like European people, how we should behave at the table. I think it was great. I mean, it was $65, but the experience was worth it. Plus, delicious meal. Anyway, back to the point. So, yeah, I share some table manners with my students, and after that, everyone came back to the table, and then two of my students, they were, I mean, one of them, she grabbed the guitar, and they started playing a song by Bandin, the Black Sheep, about the Black Sheep. It was really I think that was my favorite moment, because great time, great foods, and beautiful music. So yeah, we sang along and we sang a few songs. I think 4 5, and we were talking about some extracurricular activities about musics, and also we were talking about the upcoming events, the poster. I think yeah, about the poster with my partner, like what we should do and how we can keep the student engaged, and how at the same time how we create interactive and engaging learning experience for the students. And so, yeah, after that, we wrapped the conversation up, and then we we left Maw Yon Cafe. So I just told everyone like you guys need to record a vlog, and share your experience. And also, like I told them, if they do that, I would do that too. So pretty much, yeah, that's the reason why I do this recording. This is also like a new experience for me, because I never, well, not never. I mean, this is I think the third or fourth time that I record a vlog, and yeah, I'm still trying to get used to this, doing vlog and talking to a camera. Anyway, so I hope you guys got something from this video, and I really appreciate you watching this video. And I want to say that I'm always trying my best to create some interactive and engaging learning experience for my students. So this is me, and I will keep doing me. So stay awesome. Bye then.